Don't let money ruin the romance. Here with some advice is relationship expert Spirit. She's a nationally syndicated radio talk show host and author of In Your Skin, the self-help guide to living the life you aspire to live. We'll tell you more about the book in just a moment. But first, Spirit, I mean,
Good
why?
morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
But first
you.
of all, why is money such a big deal?
Because there's not enough of it most of the time.
Never.
And we don't see money the same. So the relationships that we have with money are much like the relationships that we have with each other. We take them very personally, and when we don't see things eye to eye, a lot of conflict can arise.
Now,
Okay.
a lot of the problems can start even before you're married. And in fact,
Absolutely.
you say you have to come clean. If you're thinking about, joining your lives
Right.
together, you may have to talk about the money situation.
Right.
Well, not you may have to, you do.
You
need
have
talk
to,
to.
but
Yes.
most people won't. They're afraid to talk about it. You know, it becomes very personal. We won't talk about our credit. We won't talk about our spending habits. And we do a lot of things even before the marriage that give our partners clear indicators what we'll spend like in the marriage.
What are some of those signs?
Oh man, do you hide things? Are you an impulsive buyer? Do you not talk to your partner about purchases before you make them? And have you ever been able to sit down and have a clear, conscious conversation about your money? If you can't, that should be a telltale indicator that problems may arise in the marriage.
Okay, so before you say I do, should we ask to see a credit report?
Absolutely, absolutely, because your credit becomes their credit as soon as you say I do. And not only should you ask about it, but you should want to sit down and look at it together and talk to each other about some of the past history as well as some of the future history. Are you looking at purchasing a home within the next several years? Are you looking at making major investments? You want to know where your partner is, and you want to have a clear indicator of those things before you say I do.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, once you say I do and you guys move in together and all that
And
happens.
you did.
Okay, this is a raging debate. Joint account or separate accounts?
I would say both, honestly both, and there's a reason for that. One, having your own account gives you a sense of autonomy, it gives you a sense of responsibility, and it keeps you in the financial game. It lets you know where your finances are. So a good thing to do, and what a lot of couples are opting for at this point, is to have a joint account where you both put a certain percentage, and you agree to that based upon what your bills are. Talk about your budget. Agree who's going to put what into that joint account, and those will be what you use for the household money.
Right.
Then you maintain your own joint account, your own individual accounts, and that allows you to be able to do what you want to do with those things. But when the money runs out, make sure that you don't dip into the other accounts.
Okay, good advice there. All right, and last but not least, how do the finances affect what goes on after we turn the lights out in the bedroom?
Ooh, let me tell you, nothing is cooking before, then nothing will be cooking after. Unfortunately, and it's because stress. When there's not enough money, there is a lot of stress in the relationship. And so if you're not communicating about those things, it can give you a lot of problems in the bedroom. But what you want to make sure that you do is remember, money is a separate relationship, and you are in partnership with one another. So you have to remember that you're on the same team. Regardless of what your finances look like, if you can figure out how to stay on the same team and stay intimate, stay connected to one another, the finances should be secondary.
That's going to take some
There you
work, I
go.
think.
It
for
Yes,
sure.
does.
indeed. It's
Have
not
a lot
easy.
of sex.
There you go.
Have a lot of
I like
sex.
that advice
It's free.
right there.
It's free.
It's free.
There you go.
But make sure that you do what you need to do so that you don't bring other children in there if you're not interested in that. Because that will increase the financial strain and
That's a
burden.
whole nother discussion.
Absolutely.
You got a tour coming up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Beginning in June.
Beginning in June.
That's
okay.
right. And they can watch and listen to the show Let's Stay Together on Grown Folks Radio 102.5 every
right here
Saturday
in
from 4 to
Atlanta.
6.
So great meeting you, Spirit.
Absolutely. Thank
Really
you for
appreciate
having
your
me.
advice.
Thank
Yes,
you.
indeed. Good advice. More sex. Hey, for more information on Spirit,
That's all he heard.
That's what we get out of this.
log on to our website. We'll hook you up with Spirit's website.
What do you expect,
Get
Spirit?
more
He's a
information.
guy.
I'm
He's a guy.
Hey, I'm not mad. Women should think that way too.
We're
That's another
simple,
show.
right, Jeff?
The only two words I heard out of the whole thing.
More sex, huh?